Right, are we all packed up? I think that's everything. Taxis outside waiting. I'm going to miss the flat though. I've loved it here. 2 years here has been great. It served us well. That party we had after we won the double. You are crazy, mate. Absolutely crazy. But you know what? I wouldn't travel with anyone but you. You're making this journey fun for me. I'll be honest with you, even though you do get yourself into just a little bit of trouble. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure you're going to be able to party that much where we're going next. Where we're going, check your mobile, you'll see the voting is in, and the people who are watching our adventure have spoken, and they've decided we are off to the Middle East. I can't wait. It's what this adventure is all about, going to new places I've never been, learning about new football. Exciting times. Where? Well, the Middle East. That's all I'm revealing for now. I like to leave a little bit of mystery. You should know by now. But yeah, time to go. We've got a plane to catch. I tell you what, this flight's a bit posher than that Hungarian Airways. At least we're travelling in the right direction this time. Pretty sure that plane was going backwards. Anyway, right. You want to know what we're doing. I'm sure you do. Right then. So, basically, I felt the best thing for me to do was just the same as I did in Hungary. It's early in my career and I'm not getting offered jobs, so I just bit the bullet and I resigned. The club tried to keep me, but obviously it's time to move on. So I resigned, and when you unlock a new region, especially any new league, it has to flesh itself out. Millions of managers' jobs. I was overloaded with the amount of jobs that are out there in all the Middle Eastern countries. All these teams need to flesh themselves out with staff and players. It's crazy when you do this. So there's a lot of options. And I'll be honest with you, I had no freaking idea where I really wanted to go, what I wanted to do. So I left it in the hands of my agent and I waited for him to send me jobs. And each week he'll send you like 4 jobs and say you've got a great chance of getting these jobs. So when he sent me the first email, I just looked at all 4 clubs, looked at which I thought was the biggest club, applied for it and got it. That easy. It was well easy. So I'm pretty happy. Well, a sneaky little envelope next to you there. Do you want to know where we're going? Check it out. Welcome to Al Rayyan in Qatar. And, no word of a lie, this is the house the club have given us. We are stepping ourselves up here, aren't we? Getting a bit posh. Better have air conditioning. I'm expecting air conditioning because it looks amazing. This street is lovely. This country's a bit sometimes, but also a bit good in other ways. I can't wait to explain everything to you and reveal the club. Let's go and check out the gaff. Pretty nice, eh? Our own house. Can have our own floor if we want. Yeah, this is all part of the package. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. When I did the contract negotiations, I made sure you're going to become the club's CCPO. You're still the Chief Cone Placement Officer. And you're definitely getting a pay rise. So don't worry about that. I'm just not sure you're going to be able to party here. It's a Muslim country. I think drinking's illegal. I'm not too sure. There might be a crafty bar somewhere you can find. But yeah, there'll be no clubbing, mate. Time to get serious. Let's get to work. We've got some stuff to do. Lots to get through. And I can't wait to share it with you. And learn about this club, because I'll be honest with you, I've never heard of it. I've never even managed in Qatar. I've never even thought about managing in Qatar or the Middle East. Anywhere. So this is very exciting. Hopefully you're excited for this up and coming year here. Can't wait. Let's just stop it, eh? Let's get our stuff, chuck it in the rooms and get down to the club. Welcome to Al Rayyan Sports Club. Now I checked a couple of pronunciations online, found 3, and that's the one I preferred, Al Rayyan. This is a whole new level in a way because there's a lot of pressure here at this team. Now they play at the Hamad bin Ali Stadium, which used to look like this, I think, from what I found online, but it is one of the stadiums that's had a freaking mega revamp for the Qatar 2022 World Cup, whenever that is, in 2022. I know it's a bit dodgy, all that stuff with the World Cup, but it is what it is, and we're going to be playing in one of those stadiums. Now I'm following a few famous footsteps, and you can also, if you look online, see the pressure I could be under. Michael Laudrup was the manager a few years ago. He didn't last too long. I think Laurent Blanc is the current manager. But when I looked at the manager history, I think for the last 20 years, they've never had a manager longer than a season or 2 seasons. They want success instantly. So of course we've got a fantastic stadium here in Al Rayyan, which I think is the third biggest district in Qatar. The capital of Qatar is Doha, which looks amazing. I'm sure you're going to go out on a day trip there at some point while I'm grafting my tits off at this club, trying to keep myself in a job. Now, Qatar itself's got a population, I think, of 2.6 million people. I think 25 years ago it had a population of 25,000 people. Even to this day, only 300,000 of those people are actual natives. I think once they found oil, boom, like most of the Middle East, they've become mega rich. This country is insanely rich, and I think only 1% of the people in this country live under the poverty line. I know there's a few human rights issues, but, you know, I'm just a football manager, not a politician. But there's no income tax. Happy days. And they have had a varied history. They've had a lot of success. 8 league titles, 7 cups. That cup looks like a World Cup. That league title, though, when I first saw it small, I thought it looked like a little old anus, like a wrinkly anus. It's not the best. But, you know, there's a few different competitions. There's a Super Cup as well. Onto the general page, and the club was formed in 1967. We haven't got a nickname. We haven't got any fierce rivals, which surprised me. Because I imagine they would have in real life. Only 2,000 season ticket holders, and that's the thing, similar to North Macedonia. We're going to have this big stadium, but we aren't going to fill it. But this is what it is, and I'm super excited about this. It gets my juices flowing. I love this little adventure. I love coming to a place like this and learning new things. So we are going to be playing in the Qatari Stars League. Now, straight away it says it's the best league in all of Asia. Now, that's not true, because once we hit January, and I think it resets, now the reputations come in, we drop down to 6. That's because, like I said, I've turned on all these leagues. Loads of teams now have become active. The leagues are now active. A lot of them don't have managers when they're just running in the background, so everything's going to be fleshing out. So this first season could be tough in a way, but it also could be a great chance for me to do something good. Now, these are the season odds, and I'm going to show you the teams, the 4 teams above me. Al Sadd, I think they're the current champions and one of the best teams. You've got Al Dulhal, Al Garafa, Al Arabi, and a lot of these are called Sports Club. It must be a thing. So this is one of the best strikers, Michael Olunga. He looks pretty tired. I definitely think we've gone up a level. A cheeky Brazilian, and there seems to be quite a few Brazilians out here, but you know, there's money to be made, isn't there? This is one of the best defenders in the Dream Team this season, 33 years old, and that's another thing. There's a lot of good players getting towards the end of the careers, and that's the kind of league this is. Again, it's like North Macedonia, just have 22 games, play each other twice, you can fly through the league. There is a foreigner rule, you can only have 4 foreigners, so that's going to be something I might not be able to do too much with this first year, if I can keep my job, that is, going into the second season. You know, that's where you need to maximise, I think. If you're going to have 4 foreigners, try and really maximise it. In my eyes, hopefully get a really good striker, midfielder, defender, keeper, maybe. Well, first up, this is the current champions, Al Sadd. They are based in Doha, the capital, which looks insanely amazing. Managed by Si Jung Won, playing the Yasmin bin Hamad Stadium. Next up is Al Duhal Sports Club, managed by a regen manager, Hamed Al Yari. Like these names. Playing the Abdullah bin Khalifa Stadium, again in Doha. Predicted to be third this year is Al Garafa Sports Club. They've got him from Macedonia as manager. I can speak a bit of Macedonian now. I might have a chat with him at a managers meeting. The last team I'm going to share with you, managed by Mesal Al Ali, another region, is Al Arabi Sports Club, again from Doha. There's some teams in Doha, isn't there, all above us? I bet there's even more. I've not looked. But I'm quite happy that I didn't end up in the capital, that I'm a bit further away in a different city. So you'd expect us to be mega rich because, you know, there's a lot of money in this country, but there's not tons of money, really. Not at the club level, but this is still a decent amount of money. I've got 3.3 to spend, which, you know, in times like this, it should be good. But again, I had no idea. I've got no idea. There's going to be a load of players come available. There's going to be a load of players that have been generated. Now they want us to challenge for the league, and I think if I don't challenge for that title now, I'll be gone. Just from looking at what this club's like, I'm guessing Football Manager know that, and if I don't challenge for that league, I'll be out. Mad if I get sacked, but it could be a possibility. So I've got to put up a title challenge straight away. And obviously we're in the cup. This is what's get to the quarter-final. We are in the Champions League, but that don't start till later. So the way I think it works is you start off with the league, it's quite short. And then I think it's January, February, the Champions League starts. That carries over though into next season. It's something I remember from my first Journeyman 2 years ago. with Beijing. So I'm not sure I'll be able to bring you all the Champions League in this episode. The staff aren't great, but I've got spaces, and in my contract negotiations, unlike my last job, they've put no restrictions on me, so I could sack everyone I wanted and completely rebuild my staff. And that was something I was going to do. And something cool happens with my assistant manager. Now, tactically, I ain't pushing the boat out yet. I feel under too much pressure. I'm still going to use my Tame Valley tactic that I've been using so far because I like it. And again, it kind of fits more squads. And I want to get more experimental when I can be a bit more experimental. I just don't feel like I can go out there, try something new, don't work, and I get sacked. I don't want to get sacked. But here's my squad. It's very small. I was hoping it'd get fleshed out by the computer. It didn't, so I was going to have to go out there and take a punt on a lot of players I didn't have much clue about. I've got a few players down below, but they're not anything special. So I've now jumped forward to the start of the league campaign, and like I said, I just scrapped everybody. The only one I couldn't get rid of was the director of football. It ain't great, but I don't really need him anyway. They let me bring in an extra coach and flesh out that team, and yeah, fantastic. Like I said, it's an advantage. It really, really is. Now, when I looked for an assistant, there was only 3 that were any good, that were interested, and one of them was my assistant from my last club. Yeah, it's Ibrahim Jasoufi, the guy I brought in at Vardar. I don't know if he's interested because we've worked together, but I wasn't going to complain because I think he's pretty sweet. I also brought someone over from my last club because he was a freaking world beater back in North Macedonia, but I was going to find out pretty quick he couldn't really do it here. I'm just going to show you the first 11 because honestly, genuinely, my B team, it's not worth going through. They're not very good. That's why I'm hoping don't get too many injuries, can get through this season, and if I stay in the job, flesh out the team next year. That's the plan. That's my plan. Anyway, my first guy, a goalkeeper, I signed for about £500,000 from Al Sadd. He was transfer listed. It looks like he's been their keeper for a very long time. At right back, on my best right back is Mufak. He's been here for a while. Not the best, but he's the best I've got. Now, this is a guy at left back who I've promoted from the youth team. Now, Tricky's better, I know, but the trouble is you can have 4 foreigners in your squad, but you can only have 3 in your matchday team. At centre half, we've got Slobodan Rakovic. 35-year-old Serbian, played for his country 19 times. I haven't signed him. The club has signed him before I got here. My other centre-half, I think, looks pretty decent. 26 years old, Alpha. Now, he's one of them players that when you do switch on a new league, while you're in the process of playing a save, the computer will generate a few players. Into the centre of the park, I've got Frank Com, a real player, 33 years old, 21 times he's played for Cameroon, and he's already been here for a while. He's going to be partnered by Regis, a 31-year-old Brazilian who I've signed because he can play all over. Got him on a free. On the right, I've got a cracking little player. I think this lad at this level in this league will be great. Already at the club. Loads of ability, loads of potential. I reckon his speed and all that will be fantastic at this level. On the left, I've got Muhammad Ali. Buzzing with that name. How good's that? Now, he's a cracking little player. One of ours who has got tons of interest. And I got a lot of bids in for him, going up to about 3 million. From teams in this country, teams abroad. Behind the striker, we've got Yassine Barimi, a 34-year-old Algerian who looks really good. His physicals have definitely dropped off a bit. And then up top, I've got a player who's already here as well called Yanni Bolly. Is that how you say his name? 30 years old from the Ivory Coast. Never played for his country, but at this club, he scores about a goal every other game. Now, pre-season was freaking huge. Now, I'm guessing they weren't in the Champions League the previous season because I think the Champions League runs into the summer months, so that's probably why they've had a ton of friendlies. I just left it as it was. So what I'm going to do, because there's so much to cram in and the season is so short, and because a lot of the other stuff comes at the end, I'm going to jump straight to the end of the league season to show you how well we do in that league all in one go. Now, I know this is a bit different, and maybe if I go into next year I will do it differently or like I normally do, but it's just the best way I thought I could do it to save time. And we didn't win the league. We actually finished 3rd, but we did push them all the way. But this league is competitive. And I'll be honest with you, when I took over and I made some signings, I felt like we looked pretty good. And I looked at some of the other teams and they had way too many foreigners. They didn't look like they had as many players. But it just didn't seem to matter. But I did enough to keep my job. There was a point where it was closer and it looked like I could get the sack because they wanted me to challenge, but I'm guessing 3rd back in the Champions League, and only 2 points off the top was enough. We by far scored the most goals, and that was a pleasure. But that front group of players I've got at this level were great, and at times looked fantastic. It was at the back where I felt we were weak, and that's why when I got to the next transfer window, I had to make some changes. The season started going on, I started scouting, I started getting more knowledge, I started getting staff, my scouting team come to me saying there's this player and this player, and this lad came up on a free. He's now worth 1.4 million. Fantastic. He's obviously going to be a foreigner, so I ditched that 35-year-old Serbian. Couldn't sell him, still at the club, but I just put him down into the second team. I signed this lad for 170 grand from Iran. Iran. He's English. He's been out in Iran for like 5 years. Scored a ton of goals. And how I got him for 170 grand, I don't know, but that's what the price was. He's now worth 1.2 million. And again, he came in and just really helped us. So these are the results in the league, and it started off sketchy. We were good at times, other times we weren't. I don't know if it was just learning the tactic, I don't know, but I felt we were weak. Like I said, I had a good first 11, but there were times when I needed to put someone else in and they couldn't perform. It's tough. So we got to the end of that first half and it was looking sketchy. So we came back, I started to make some changes. It still looks a bit ropey, but if I change the dates, it just clicked into gear from that game, and I won my last, 7. So over to the Champions League, and I've actually won this once, I think only ever once, and that was on a Journeyman 2 years ago with Beijing. So be cool if we could do it again, I can't lie. And we had a pretty tough group. We've got a team from Jordan, one from the United Arab Emirates, and one from Saudi Arabia, but we topped it joint with that team from Saudi Arabia. I'll show you the results quickly. That's the game we lost 2-1, but then we won the other 5. Some freaking good games there. 9-1. Now it was on to the second round, and we got to play a familiar opponent, the team from our group. So I'm guessing they were in the first round, and it doesn't matter now. So we've clashed again. We've already played each other twice. This is the third time, and we beat them 5-2 in their own backyard. But this is where the Champions League story is going to have to end, because it carries over into next season, which is year 6, next episode. So we'll have to wait and see how our little Champions League adventure goes next time. Unfair, there's still football left, and there's the cup, the Prince's Cup. Some call it the Prince's Cup, then there's another cup called the Prince's Cup. Let's just call it the Qatari Cup, eh? And we started off our campaign winning 4-0. In the third round, we're away again against Al Arabi, decent side, close game. Where we were away again. Is this some kind of thing in place that they're trying to make us lose, giving us no home advantage against Qatar SC? Pretty lucky, I'll be honest with you. I think they were a bit better at times, created more. I mean, our XG's better, I know. And then in the semi-final, we came up against possibly one of the biggest teams in the country, Al Sadd, who beat us at home in the league, and then we drew with their place in the second game. And stat-wise, it was equal, but we couldn't stop scoring, and I ended up bringing on a striker who I'd not given much chance to. Maybe he's had a bit of game time here and there. He's not done much. He played once in the Champions League, a couple of sub appearances, scored 3 goals. I mean, when he's played, he's scored. So we're in the final against Al Duhal, one of the teams I showed you at the start of the episode, again from Doha. And we did all right against these. We didn't win both games in the league, but we didn't do bad. We drew the first one at their place 3-3, but then we battered them 6-3, so we can score goals against them, and they like to score goals against us. So this could be an entertaining cup final, but from experience, it's probably going to be 0-0 at half time with one highlight, and then they'll score in the 90th minute, or you never know. Quick check in on the squad though before the cup final, and look at Mohamed up there, eh? Mohamed, so good they named him twice. Absolutely love that. I might have to be keeping him, but yeah, Aryan Kalantari came in 14 and 16, halfway through the season, changed our season. Big time player. Probably going to get rid of Bolly. I know he's a bit of a legend, and he has scored 26 goals, but wages and so on. I need to think about what I'm going to do, because with these two guys, I think they can score me the goals. But these are all the players at the minute who are from Qatar and are interested, and hopefully if we have a bit of money at the end of the season, to give me some money, I might be able to get a few. Welcome to the Al Hali Club Stadium in Doha. It's not one of the huge ones, but it's a bit more compact. Hopefully we can fill it. Obviously part of the best team possible I can. They finished 6th in the league, and obviously they've had lots of goals between us. Let's put on a show. Let's try and win a trophy again. So here we go. They kick off. Exciting. I like to pick up a trophy. I think My job's safe though. It was all about the title challenge, and I put up a title challenge. There's only 2 points off. I don't think my job rests on this cup, but you never know. I'm still in the Champions League, so that could hopefully give me enough weight to obviously carry over. Right, come on, boys. We'll start well, but they've started better. I mean, it's still early in the game, but they just look like they're instantly on it. And here we go. Ooh, safe hands. He's a decent keeper. Chuffed I could pick him up, because I know he's getting older, but I just feel having a keeper with a bit of experience like that, who's from the country, I don't have to waste my foreigner on him. I can put them 4 foreigners out there, even though you can't have them on the bloody pitch, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, going forward, the second half of the season, with the lad up front, and then Muhammad Ali on the left, and that core kid from Turkey on the right, it's quality. We've got some quality, just not got tons and tons of depth, but I don't think anyone else has. But yeah, I've loved it, and I want to know how you feel about the move. Let me know. Now, I know a lot of you voted for Africa. There are some African countries I've unlocked, because when you look at Middle Eastern countries, Egypt and places like that fall into it. Algeria, I think, is an option. I would love to go to Egypt, so maybe I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone while I've got this region open. I'd love to go see the pyramids. So how cool would that be? Here's Junior. Come on, boys. Don't bring him down the box. Good tackle. Good bit of football. Let's work it out. Long balled it. Always picked it up. Great control. Found Regis, my little Brazilian superstar. He looks tiny, doesn't he? Here's Muhammad Ali. He's a big chap. Look at him. Compared to Regis, looks like a little boy, that Brazilian. Come on, good bit of football. Good bit of build-up here. Good save and all. I've just shown the boys a bit of encouragement. But yeah, I think this game at the minute, I think it could go. I mean, there's been no super clear-cut chances. We had a decent one, but I think it could go either way. But yeah, get involved in the comments. Let me know what you think. Like I said, we don't know how long we're going to be anywhere. These things I want to try and achieve while I'm here. Obviously, pick up a league title would be good. I mean, if we can win today, that'd be fantastic. Champions League would be pretty special. But it's our time here in Doha, and no one can break the deadlock, although it does feel like a lot's happened. A bit nervy. Right, come on, kicking off the second half. Give him a bit of an ass kicking. Made no changes just yet. I don't feel like I need to. But we'll see how the game goes. Let's pick up an early goal. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Right, free kick. Dudu to take. Some great names in this league. I find it easier, though, saying the names in this country than Eastern European names with Kokovic at the end of it. Oh, go on. He's been having a cracking game as that Bhutan core. I've said this before. I think FM21's the easiest. Some people think, is it because I've played it long? I don't know. I just think if you use the same process, sometimes it can get a bit easier. And that's, I kind of want to do it a bit more and challenge myself. If you ever end up in South America, I want to try a few different tactics and so on. I just feel like early doors, just keep it simple. Try and build that CV, because I don't want to keep resigning, because it can look bad for you. It can affect you when you're trying to get a new job. I want to get to the point where I can stay at a club and apply for another team and get the job because of my reputation. Which, by the way, I'll have to show you. Oh, disallowed. Going into the end of this game, the second half's not been the most exciting, but we've got the goal. Can we get that trophy? Come on, time. Let's do it. Very excited. I don't know why. Love it. Well, I'll say that. Trophy in my first season, a Prince's Cup, which doesn't look like that. It actually looks like a World Cup. And I think I saw a picture of Iniesta. Is it Iniesta? Xavi. The Barcelona guy kissing it. So he must have come out to Qatar at some point. Pretty sure he did. Not 100% sure who he played for, though. Maybe should have done my research. Definitely saw a picture of him kissing this trophy. Have that the way. I'll take that all day long. Now, I did tons of coaching badges in North Macedonia. That club were fantastic, and this club let me finish it off. So you fly through it these days. It used to take forever. So I've got my Continental Pro, which is great. If you check my attributes, you'll see my mentals have maxed out. The ones I put in have got better and better and better. Discipline, man management, and motivating, and I'm becoming a better coach. So there we go. After a good first season, I think we can chill out on our nice corner couch, put our feet up, have a cheeky glass of red wine, manage to get us a bottle from somewhere, and celebrate. Thank you as always for sticking with me. I couldn't do this trip without you. It means the world to me. So make sure you hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. If you really want to help my channel out, you can always become a patron for little as £1 a month. Really helps the channel keep going, and it's massively appreciated, as is your company on this adventure. Can't wait. Second season, title challenge maybe. I'm going to have to see what I do. Now I'm armed with a shortlist and the Champions League as well. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Hopefully you are too, and hopefully you're going to come back for year 6 As always, I hope you're happy, I hope you're safe and booed. Bye-bye.